Hi, Ange, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Yourself?
Very well. So today we're doing our first mini podcast. It's a great way to introduce you to our clients and also for me to talk about the business and what we're planning to do and how we're going to get there. So, Ange, you've been with us for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Can you explain a little bit? Well, I should explain you have come on board as a social media and marketing creator.
Yep.
Um, And I think initially we said 3 hours a week, but I think very quickly this is now escalating to more, which is a good thing. And 3 hours was decided by your physio.
Yep. So this was even before I came on board. It was like when I was 19 and stuff. I was like, how much do you think I could work? Because obviously you look at me and I'm very capable, but when you throw my physical disability into the mix, it puts complications. So they said 3 hours, and like realistically, that's good too. And then Vicky found out like that I'm a perfectionist. I like to, take pride in my work, and sometimes I go a little bit over time, but that's okay because that's how I was raised. I guess I like to not leave a job undone, and
I love that.
I'm very honoured to be a part of this movement, and it's not something that I take for granted. So I always make sure that I put my best foot forward, so to speak.
I love that. And that's why I
Yeah,
think now we're looking at least five, maybe 4 to 5 hours, and I'm sure we're going to increase that time as well. So you've come on board. It's been 2 weeks. Tell us a little bit about how working with us has changed, or, yeah, changed your life, or what's changed in your life, I should say.
well, like it's helped with my confidence. I've always wanted to work in advocacy, but I never knew what that looked like. Like, I just thought that, like, I know this sounds weird, but I didn't think that I would, be trusted to do like such a cool job like going forward. I just thought they had to go on to uni to do it. But I'm so honoured that like I got in contact with Vicky, and she's helped me every step of the way. And I'm a very hands-on learner. And like with my situation at the moment, I can't really afford to like sit down and study. So I really like the Ben Merch teaches you on the job, and you learn those crucial skills. And like it's just overall helped with my confidence as well. And like I'm not cocky, but I knew that I could always get a job. It was just finding the person that believed in me, and that's Vicky.
Yeah,
And I remember going to a ball, like a networking ball, and just like going to basketball and appointments and whatever. And when they say like, "What do you do?" and I can finally say I have a job now, and I say that I work in social media and marketing, and people are like, "Oh, like influencing," and I'm like, "Well, yes, sort of, but like there's a lot more that goes into it. It's not just set up the tripod, speak, put makeup on. Like there's a lot more that goes into it." And even me, like I was very naive starting. I thought that it was going to be a lot more like easier, but there's a lot more that goes into it, and I'm excited to see where it leads.
that's fantastic. So
Yeah,
we've introduced you to a couple of programs like Trello. We're going to be introducing you to a couple more programs moving forward. But I've really enjoyed that you've taken all, like anything that we've shown you, you've actually picked it up really quickly. So you've been able
yeah,
to implement it and understand why we're doing things. You're asking really good questions, which I love because even now we're doing some campaigns around indent ordering, and we need to train you on to know what indent ordering is, so that you can promote it, so that if a client, even we get to a point where you're actually dealing directly with our clients, that you understand all aspects of the business. So yeah, look, I
yes.
mean, I'm so excited. This journey has just begun, and I mean, yeah, did you want to just explain a little bit about what your disability is?
Well, I was born with cerebral palsy. Me and my twin were diagnosed at I think it was 18 months or 2 years old. They didn't really realize that we had it. It was my nan that realized that I had it because something was wrong with my toe, and she was like, "Oh, like you better go get that checked." But prior to cerebral palsy, like we didn't even know that I had cerebral palsy because me and my brother like are quite like I'm not saying that other people with cerebral palsy aren't bright because that couldn't be further than the truth. But cerebral palsy was the last thing that my mum thought we had because we were showing all the other milestones. We just couldn't walk. So if you talk about it scientifically, cerebral palsy is when the cerebellum, I don't know where it is in the brain, but it's the part of the brain that controls all the movement. So where that's affected, so everything else in the brain is fine. It's just that part of the brain that controls movement is affected. So
Yeah,
there are lots of different types of cerebral palsy. I'm level 3, but it's level 1 to level 5. I used to be a level 5, but then with lots of rehab and physio, I got down to a level 3.
that's
But yeah, I'm very lucky because most people don't like don't get better or progress down to other levels. But like if you want a more in-depth explanation about it, you can look online. But that's all I was taught really.
Yep. Look, I think
Yeah,
even just your can-do attitude, like I think
yeah,
with the initial tripod, it took you a while to, like you figured out how you could maneuver to put the phone in the tripod. Did
yeah.
you want to talk about that a little bit or?
Yeah, well, I'm happy to talk about whatever. Like, I'm an open book. But initially, I was a bit skeptical, like whether I was able to do it because I know that I can't get it now because we're filming, but the tripod, the other little tripod, I can't use because my cerebral palsy. And you look at me and you think that I'm quite able, but my hands are a little bit affected by the cerebral palsy as well as my legs. Like my legs are mostly affected, but my arms are a bit affected as well. So it was a bit harder for me to do the tripod. So I spent like an hour trying to do it and stuff. And
Yeah.
usually people look at that and oh well, that's the determination. But I wanted to film the videos correctly, and I don't really want to give up because the way I see it, it's a job and also it's a new experience for me. So if you want a video, I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. It's a very big privilege to get a job, especially in my position. So I'm not the type to half do things.
Yeah.
I'm yeah, now I can do it. It's a new skill that I can take with me, not just for work, but other things. And I guess that's the attitude I'd take in life as well. And just how mum raised me, it's not some, what's it called? Thing that she did. She just treated me normal, I guess. And that's how I go through life. So thank you to her.
So I think moving forward, obviously, one of your goals is to become a more vocal disability advocate. And as I mentioned yesterday to you, I've spoken to a few of my clients and they're all interested in speaking with you. I think
Mm-hmm.
everyone feels very motivated by your ability and just your work ethic so far has been fantastic. So as we get into week 3, I think these mini podcasts are going to be a great way to talk about some of the things we're doing, some of the challenges we may face, and just encourage other companies to open their hearts to employ people with disability. That is my goal in all of this. So we're creating more opportunities. So the more people that work with us means we've got more opportunity to create more employment opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All right, podcast 1 done. Um, yeah, I guess we'll do it again all next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.